So let me just give a kind of a recapitulation of how we arrived at Industry 4.0, because Industry 4.0 is something that we are already in. What we were at way back in 1780s was Industry 1.0. Now, that was all about the revolution that happened. Usually this revolution happens around, let's say, for example, at a frequency of 100 years or so, or maybe 80 years or so. So the first industry revolution was happened in like 1780s. I think I'm just hearing some other disturbances. I would request you to please keep your mics on mute unless and otherwise required. And if yes, all during my presentation, if there are any doubts or any questions, you can always ask. I'll give you a time for that also. So I was speaking about the Industry 1.0 that we started in 1780s. That was all about the mechanization, water power, and steam power. Now that's how the turbines, the boilers, and all were taking advanced. So the next revolution that happened merely around 80 to 100 years after that. So that was way back in 1870s, where industry focused on mass productions and assembly lines and electricity. Now that was a major challenge, because once a product is developed, as with the growing population, we need to deliver their demands. So the challenge was to have a kind of timely mass productions. Now that was a challenge which was in fact addressed in Industry 2.0. Now what was so different about Industry 3.0? Now that was all about the computation and automation that happened. In Industry 2.0, it was more like a mechanical systems. It was not that automated, but the systems were made more automated and computable in Industry 3.0. So that's how the trend was there from Industry 1.0 to 3.0. And now what we are in is the Industry 4.0. Now this Industry 4.0 is the only change that has happened. And in fact, the more emphasis has been given to integrate all these things that has taken place so far. That means you were having the mass productions in the line, you were having the assembly lines in the field, you were having all the devices in the field, you are having the wireless connectivities, you are having wireless devices with you. Now the thing comes is to connect all these devices and introduce what is called as a cyber physical systems. Now these cyber physical systems just has the capability to monitor and analyze all the data right from your all computing machines, the assembly lines, and all the production cycles that you have in a typical industry. So the only change that you can see here in Industry 4.0 is this internet connectivity. And in fact, that has revolutionized the complete industry. So having that small introduction about Industry 4.0, let's get to the fact that what has enabled this Industry 4.0. The main thing that we can see is this internet. Internet has enabled that 4.0 fact. So let me present you some facts. So this is another slide I would like to present is this one. Now this is taken from IoT Analytics. This IoT Analytics is a very good firm. What they do is they provide some kind of analysis or the data to the leading industry or the firms. What they do is they have done some analysis of how this IoT has emerged, all during right from 1970s to 2020 and so on. In fact, ahead of it. So this IoT you can see as a kind of a bridging gap between IT and OT. By IT, I means like we were already India is an IT hub. They are providing a lot of software solutions because it's cheaper for US or other countries abroad to make their software solutions or kind of recruit people in India. So there are a lot of firms that already deliver cutting edge technologies in IT. We have Infosys, we have TCS, we have a lot of software companies with cheap labors are available in India. So we were already having these IT services with us. The industry automation was already there. Industry automation, what I mean is the kind of PLC and SCADA revolution that has happened. So the difference only was this IT or the information technology was not somehow connected with OT or what as operational technologies. So what has happened in IoT is this gap or the bridge. IoT is acting as a kind of bridge or a kind of gap. The gap is being filled by these IoT technologies. So what we may expect as a kind of a 5-layer architecture, what was having in 2010 and what has changed till 2020 is something that is being pictured right here. So we were having this PLC SCADA and we were having these ERP solutions in 2008-10. So complete hierarchy of this architecture is being changed. Now it all depends on what kind of hardware we have. Now we may go for customized hardware solutions depending on what is required by a client. We may go for a customized connectivity, depending on, again, what is desired by a client or a kind of a service that we are in. We are into cloud services, and of course, atop of it is the applications. So that is a change that has happened all during these years. Now, as I said, the main thing that has connected or integrated all these things together was something called as the internet, in fact, the high-speed internet. Now, let's see a kind of a glimpse to the future. In fact, we are already in the future. So let me show you to the next slide. A kind of a typical overview of all these technologies. Like, we have already seen how the industry has revolved. We have started from industry 1.0 till 4.0. Now let's look at the internet revolution, because combining this is what we are going to get IIoT. That means industrial IoT solutions. So what has in fact revolutionized the IoT is the 5G technology that is in fact currently in practice. I know that the 5G is not in India right now, but the devices are already there. The device is already capable. We and also already purchased those devices. They're having some environmental norms. You can just go through the websites of TRAI, Telephonic Record Regulatory Authority of India. So they have some set of rules and problems with the current deployment of 5G technology in India. But yes, that's there. I mean, it has been practiced elsewhere. It is being practiced. China was the first to deploy that. Then it came to America and Europe. So they have already been practicing. They have adopted 5G technologies. There are some problems again with the vendors. Let's say Huawei again. They came. Huawei was trapped in some issues regarding the privacy and the security. But that's fine. The point is 5G is here, and we need to look at the capabilities of the 5G networks. First of all, let's see what this 5G is, because that is important. How this 5G has come into the picture, that's important. The earlier, if you remember, the 1G, I mean, I didn't state it here, the 1G was all about the analog telephony that which we had, like long BSNL lines that we had, and the kind of phone rates were around 25 rupees per minute or so. So that was analog line that we were having. There was no SMS facilities. There were a lot of delay in connectivity. There were kind of mechanical systems that would be relaying all those from base stations. If a call has to be relayed from one place to the other, it was all analog and mechanical. What came in 2G was the SMS services, the wireless connectivity. So the delay was less. You were having some SMS capabilities and so on. Now the complete thing of this 2G was revolutionized by the launch of 3G in 1998. What has happened was the power of internet came to it, and still it is the most successful technologies in date. I mean, this 3G is still here. Most of the people are still using 3G technology, although people have switched to 4G now. But still, I mean, 3G was not bad at all. I mean, we were getting good data rates. We will be able to download. We were able to make some phone calls. We were able to make some video calling, not with like a kind of a buffer-free video calling, but yes, that was possible. So in fact, the revolutionization of internet happened with the launch of 3G. So meanwhile, when I'm just connected with you, please ping me somehow so that like I came to know if I'm still connected or not, because it's still like it's a wireless connection, so I don't want that gap to be here. So I hope that I'm still connected with you guys. Please, I would like to confirm that. Can anyone confirm that?
Yes, sir. You are
yes,
audible.
Sir, yes. All right, fine.
Yes.
So that was all.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'll continue. So in 2008, the 4G was launched, and the main advantage of that was the data rate. The data rate that we were opting was around 15 Mbps. Now that is the kind of not a practical data rate, but a kind of maximum capabilities that we can ideally expect from a 4G network. Now, if I go for like currently, I just had a speed test, and it was all around like 2 Mbps or 3 Mbps. That's fine, but with that also we are able to sustain and live in the 4G technologies. I mean, we can do most of our jobs. We can watch buffer-free YouTube videos and whatnot. Now that has happened is the 5G has launched in 2020. Now, what are the capabilities? In fact, the main advantage of this 5G is the lowest latency, highest bandwidth that we can get, and the data rate is whooping 1 Gbps at least. So that is the theoretical data rate that we can expect. It's not a practical one, but yes, you can just expect the kind of the frequency or the fold increase in the data rate that we are into. So With this launch of 5G, there it has explored several capabilities of this network. So I'll just let you know that how these things are evolving around the world. All are what they are doing is all they want all people to get connected to the internet all the time, 24 hours, 365 days. So how to make that happen without any kind of interruption? We require high speed data. We require low latency. We require high quality of service. It's not only about the speed, but it's also about the quality of service that you get. That means if a packet is getting sourced from a source to a destination from one point to the other, we should ensure that the packet is successfully delivered or acknowledged. That's what you call quality of reaching a data, or kind of QAS, quality of service. So that is essential, and that can be possible with these 5G solutions. Now, having a kind of giving a glimpse of this 5G internet revolution, now that there was like internet revolution, there's a kind of industrial revolution that has happened. Now we need to merge or integrate all of them together. So just a kind of glimpse, if you want to just give an idea of how speedy this 5G is, let me show you a kind of a demonstration that Japan already had with their bullet trains. So the main contributor for this antenna was from Samsung. Samsung, what they did is they deployed 5G antenna and the power amplifier that was required, and they did some experiment. So what they deployed was a camera. You can see the camera on a bullet train. So that was capable of recording, in fact, 4K videos. In fact, they were able to transmit 8K videos also. So they have deployed that camera in front of this bullet train, and the bullet train was in fact speeding at rate of 283 kilometers per hour. So can you imagine that, the speed of the bullet train? And they have received an uninterrupted video quality from one base station to the other. So that's the speed of the 5G. I mean, if you are expecting the data rates from in Gbps, this is what the wonder is. I mean, you can just go in the bullet train, you can work uninterruptedly. So high quality of video rendering, high quality of constant quality of service, high quality of constantly connected to the internet is possible with this 5G. Now that has happened in Shinkansen, and the company that has demonstrated this was NTT Docomo. The Docomo is the same thing because there was some collaboration with Tata Docomo. If you remember, some years back they were into CDMA, but now the Docomo is no more. So they actively work in Japan, and they have this 5G technology deployed. Now, let's see at the industry evolution, like how they are heading. As I said, I just want to give a kind of overview, because so that we should get like where to proceed, because if we don't know where to proceed, how can we do the research? So let me give you a kind of, again, an analytics being provided by IoT Analytics. You can just visit their websites and find the recent trends that are getting in the IoT market. So if you look at the global share of the IoT projects, you can see that most of the investments are towards the smart cities. And not only that, there is a kind of trend that has been given who has currently accepted that. So if you look at the red ones, this is all about the Americas that have accepted. I mean, the smart city deployment. Now, this is not all about the commercial. This is all about the commercial products or the commercial projects that are currently in have set the kind of investments, have expecting the investments, or they are currently working on certain projects. This is not about the consumer products like smart homes and all. Those are excluding that. This is the industry, smart city projects that are going on. So America has widely accepted and deployed that. Around 34% of the market share has been captured by Americas. Again, Europe is huge market. People have captured that. And another main market here, as you can see, is APEC. APEC is Asia Pacific, and it's specifically to China. It's very specific to the China because China is a huge market. You can't even imagine the kind of deployment that is going on in China. I'll just show you a video or a kind of glimpse of what is actually happening in China. But yes, that is important to know to us, because we should know like where we are lying and how we should progress. And with the current problems that we are facing, yes, it's indeed very important to analyze each country, each region, part by part, and then we should start with our own projects and how we should plan. That and all we are going to discuss in this lecture. Now, That was smart city was on the top of the segment, and then comes the connected industries. So each and every segment or each and every flow in the graph, flow in the in any kind of industry process is all connected with the internet. So that's how is IoT. Industrial IoT has come into the picture. So the number of projects and the share that if you can see, again, it's being led by America, followed by European nations, and then China. And if you look at the share of India, if you can see, it's a small share that is there, region-wise also, and also the deployment-wise. Majority of the deployment is happening in China. Then it comes the connected buildings, connected cars, smart energies, and other sectors. Now, this graph is according to 2018 and not has changed much in 2020. But yes, there have been some new elements that are coming into the picture, which I have not included here, but that is coming in the next slides, upcoming slides. Those are called as low latency applications. Low latency is particularly related to the medical applications that we are going to see. Well, now this graph is extremely important. Now that gives a kind of a glimpse. Like you may wonder, like why the annual salary of China has to be related with the automation. Now, I agree that the norms in China, or maybe a kind of this labor laws are worst in China. They are constantly violating them. They are constantly violating the environmental norms. But the kind of salary a typical Chinese employee gets has in fact doubled over the years. So that's what the problem China is being facing. China has to pay a lot of salary, a lot of amount of salary to their employees. And that's the reason for them, the deployment of robots is very important. So the automation for them is more like a sustainability or more like a kind of price cutting. And they're not worried about the kind of employees that they are laying off, because they are so much guaranteed that the employees that they are laying off will definitely get the jobs. So yes, why automation? In fact, there's a need because the salary, and as I said, China is a huge market. If we get to know how China is operating or what is the market there, we'll excellently get into the track how we can progress here in India. Again, some companies, let me give you a glimpse of companies who are ahead in this industry automation. So if you can see the countries, there's no company from India. The companies that are there, this is not a demotivating factor. In fact, this is very motivational factor. This gives a kind of the pathway, like where we can lead in this segment, like Industry 4.0. At least we may expect some companies from India to get this in top 3. So top 3 industry adopters and the vendors, as you can see, are from in America. And in Europe, as you can see, there's the investments coming from Siemens, ABB. The countries are from German. The countries are from Japan. Their countries are from China, like Huawei is again from China, Alibaba is again from China, and whatnot. Now, just in order to give a glimpse of like, okay, this is a 5G is a buzzword, IoT 4.0 is a buzzword. Let's look at the use cases so that you are very much getting, convinced that yes, this is the kind of future that we can expect. So I've listed some like very few use cases here. You can always find the use cases again on TRI website, or maybe the a lot of analytic websites are there, which are there in China, where they're in Europe and America. I'll list some links here also, but in order to give a kind of use cases, a few use cases, they are listed here. What industries are actually working are on AI-based driver assistance and traffic monitoring systems. Now I'll list one after the other, and I'll just give the challenges that they are facing. And the other thing that they are working on is the self-driving vehicles. They are already adopted, they are already in the pipeline, they are already demonstrated the capabilities. They're also, you'll be wondering that this logistic industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So this logistics also, in fact, has been happening through unmanned vehicles. The complete delivery system, because this logistics, it's a huge industry, and they are laying the employees like anything. There's hardly any kind of, like, for example, if there are 100% of the employees, like 80% of the employees have been laid off just because of this automation. I'll also discuss some like how we can you can just overcome those losses and all, but still, let's go through these points first. When it comes to factory automation, the fifth is extremely important, and that's closely related to 5G, what is called as ultra reliable. I'm not asking about reliability, but I want ultra reliable, low latency communication, which is extremely important for medical purposes. Then it comes aqua farming, smart roads, smart agriculture, video analytics, consumer products, and so on. So I'll be discussing that also. Now, AI-based driver's assistance, traffic monitoring systems are all about the taxis or maybe a kind of personalized cars, where we make, for example, if you just book a kind of cab and you always keep on bothering like how whether it will get accepted or not, first of all, whether the car driver will cooperate with you or not, whether it will reach in time or not. So just imagine that this all happens automatically and the car arrives with you with no driver. In fact, that can happen and it has been already practiced by Uber. So if we look at the self-driving cars, these are the technologies what Uber has used. Now, a typical Uber car has this LiDAR sensor. It's a light distance and ranging. So as we have radar, we have LiDAR. So it's like a light-based radar. What it does is it just beams billions of lights laser points in order to create a kind of 3D mesh around this car. What happens is as soon as the 3D mesh is getting cut by any object, it will just indicate. In fact, there are a series of cameras that are there here, around 20 cameras that's whooping high. I mean, if you imagine the kind of number of electronic component that a typical car is now having, it has increased from 1% to whooping 40% in today's cars. So please let me know with the time, because if I'm running out of time, please let me know, because I have some more things to say. So the coordinators, please let me know if I'm just running out of time.
Definitely, sir.
All right. So this is all about the electronics that I wanted to say. This 1% of the electronics that was there way back in 80s, 1890s. Now it has become like 40%. If you just look at your car and the inside electronic parts and connected cables, it's making around 20 to 30% or even 40% of the total weight. If you look at the Mercedes or Audi or high class, premium car vendors, so those are having around maybe kind of 50% of their parts of electronic or electrical. Now, the main challenge here is again the antennas that are there on the roof and the cooling system that they have provided, so that because see, there is a lot of things or the kind of computations that are happening, including the artificial intelligence that the car has. Let me give a glimpse of the logistics that are happening. So there's a company called as JD in China. So again, I'm just taking several examples from China just because China, as I said, is a huge market, and we should learn positively a lot of things from them. And also, people are earning a lot by deploying robots because they are laying off employees like anything. And particularly in this COVID-19 situation where the humans are harmful, the machines are not. So they are deploying these robots like anything. As you can see, this the operators are working with this delivery systems. This all that you are finding on this yellow colors on the floor are the robots. What they do is just to pick and place kind of robot. They just keep a kind of parcel. They sort it as per the sorted facility. For example, this first may be a kind of electronic facility, or that may be related to a kind of specific area or a pin code. Now that is getting delivered on these tracks or the small robots that you are seeing here. So they have already deployed, and in fact, if there was a kind of interview that Wall Street Journal has taken with this company, and they were saying that they were so happy laying off the employees just because robots, they find it more employable, more not more employable, they find it more robust, they find it more less maintenance free, and they get a lot of advantage and revenues out of them. So there's hardly any employees there. And in fact, the best thing that you can know is they are planning to remove, they are planning to make it completely automated. Around like 90% or 95%, completely it will be run by robots within 5 years of time span. So that's what they have demonstrated. As I said, automation. As I've said about a lot of laying off of employees, is it good, bad, essential, or optional? I'll just give you an example of the market in Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, the economy lies like 85% of their economy, more or less, depends on the garment factories. The garment is making around 85% of the whole market share in Bangladesh. That's why what these big brands they do is they manufacture in Bangladesh. They put their logos there, and they sell like anything. So the problem in Bangladesh is they're having low skilled laborers. It doesn't have any kind of the kind of population they have is not highly skilled. And also for garments, you don't require high skilled laborers. But what has happened in 2014 or 2013 was, I think the Rana the tragedy happened, the fire tragedy happened, and in fact, at least 120 people got gutted in the factory itself. So had it been the automation there, they would have been saving the lives, but that has happened. In fact, the condition that they are in is extremely poor. And again, as I said, like they can't, they are sacrificing the kind of the environment that they are living in. That it's very poor. It's not that automated. So what they have done is, the China has again come up with what is called as the automation in garments. So what they have done is, as you can see a picture on the left, is simply a kind of pocket making machine. So I'm just giving you a glimpse again, like where the robotics and AI and 5G and IoT is leading. What they have done is simply a pocket machine. The pockets, usually, if you want to just sieve a pocket of some shirts or jeans, it usually takes around 2 employees, because one is required for cutting, one is required for sieving, and at least one more for just managing all these things. What they have demonstrated is like a sieving machine, completely automated. A variety of pockets can be sieved, and in fact, it has more capabilities as compared to humans. In fact, that has been deployed in China and it's working fine. The company is very much happy with that. The next is, as you can see, there is a kind of shade that are there on the jeans. Like we all love jeans, and jeans, as you can see that there are some what are called as monkey wash and all. So for them also, the complete automation machines are there. In fact, when there was an interview with these employees, they were said that we were 2 people working together, and just because I was much more skilled and much more knowable about these machines, my other partner was just got laid off just because his job was only to pick and only to just keep those clothes from one place to the other and manage those things. So people are seeing that their fellow mates, okay, they are getting laid off. So that's the problem. Another use case that I want to say is, as I said, ultra low latency and ultra reliable, that is called as a medical surgery. I'll just show you a video where they have actually demonstrated this thing. So are you able to see this video? If not, yes, I will change this.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, now is it visible?
Yes, it is loading. Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Yeah. So this is again from China. This Kangduo is again, this biggest robot making company. What they have done is a kind of liver removal surgery. Liver removal surgery that actually they have demonstrated on animals, but they have also demonstrated it for cancer patients. So as you can see, there is a kind of robotic arms that are there, and with the help of 5G technology. Now 5G, just because as I've already demonstrated, its data rate is in Gbps. So with that high speed, they are able to make precision surgeries. As you can see it here, that is being controlled by robotic arms with all the doctors sitting and analyzing them. As you can see, there was this is one such demonstrated, and other people have also demonstrated, as I said, in China. And this is all about the medical, surgeries that I have spoken. Now, next video, just a small clip that I wanted to show you is this one. Now, this is again from Wall Street Journal. I think most of you might have seen this video because this is very famous video, and this was all about the robotic revolution that has taken place in this 5G era. So what they have concentrated on now, this is the biggest company that is making robots. The interview was taken. So that company name is Axama. What they have done is they were saying that this complete deployment, the kind of assembly that a car has a lot of components. The complete assembly is being done by robots. So this Yaskawa is the biggest robotic company again in China. So I will highly recommend you to just go through this video so that you will be able to see what is the in and out of where this robotics industry is leading. So in fact, the sealing of the boxes they are doing with robots. I mean, you don't require any employees as such. The welding machines, which requires a kind of highly skilled work, skills, high skills, and also kind of, you'll be wondered if you go into a hotel in China, if you just ask for a dish, they will be prepared by robots. So I'll just show you a demo for that also. And there's another thing what is called as collaborative robots, cobots you can say. So these cobots usually work in collaboration with humans, and in fact that has found to be most efficient as compared to if only robots are placed or if only humans are placed. Now I'll just show you another glimpse of how these dishes are being prepared in China. So they are ready-made. I mean, the simple dishes at least can be prepared, and the main thing is like they don't have any fatigue. So in fact, this people there, the restaurant owners are very happy with them, because see, for example, if you go into DMart or maybe a kind of big bazaar, you will often see these vending machines, and they are now automated completely. Now I'll just show you a kind of a glimpse of what this company said. Now this again, this is a area in China called as Pearl River Delta. They are very famous in developing these mouses. Most of the mouse that you have or the keyboards that you have are manufactured here. The complete process is getting automated. There is no employee there. As I said, this annual salary, as I shown, this was the main reason to laying off the employees, and this is the factory. Like RRS is the factory where they have, no more people working there. And that's it. That's it. So this is all about the kind of, and yes, this is the main thing that I wanted to show. Now the main question comes, what happens? Like for example, you may be replaced. Most of you may be academicians. Most of you may be the kind of lecturers like me. I've been teaching with the students. I've been actually involved in teaching and research. So will there be any replacement for us? Well, if you look at the market in China, the market earlier in 2008 was more towards agriculture. It was evenly distributed in services and industry. What has happened now in 2014 or 16, they are more oriented toward the service sector. What does it mean is, although the common things, a kind of a labor work kind of job that is being happening in a typical industry is being replaced by robots, but what other people have gained, what the laid off employees has gained is the services. They got into the service sector. Now that's the reason why China is more employable. I mean, the people there are getting more salaried. It's guaranteed that the people who is actually gaining the education will get employed properly. So that's the guarantee that they say, and that's how the market is evolving. So this was just a kind of glimpse, and again a kind of a video that I wanted to show in the logistic industry. As you can see, the robots are getting traveled from one place to the other, sorting all those parcels here and there, and the complete thing is getting automated. This is the video from JD. This is the logistic industry, and so on. So this is all about how the industry is heading. Now let me just go back to my slideshow and have some kind of in-depth analysis on what we can do.
Sir.
Yeah.
We have another session lined up in 11:15.
All right.
So yeah, you.
So I'll
we
just
have
wrap
5
it up.
minutes.
Yeah. Fine. Just wrap it up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So this was all about the delivery robots and also the consumer product analysis, as I said. You remember that whenever you go to a supermarket, let's say for example DMart or maybe a big bazaar, what they do is a kind of product. I mean, they can analyze your product, what kind of products you just purchase. For example, if you're purchasing a soap, they will say that okay, the person has taken a soap in this month, and the next maybe he may be taking in the another month or so. So that kind of predictive analysis is also again a research topic that where you can just invest your research time. So the main technologies that are in fact coming up are this, the one that has been listed here. As I said, short range wireless communications, which were having like 0.1 Mbps or 0.1 kilometers range, which was having the data rate quite small. But now with the entrance of 5G, we can expect a range of communication around, like for example 10 kilometers, and that has happened because of high data rate capabilities. And also after that, we can expect directly the satellite communication. So just in order to have a kind of comparison of the technologies, now the best thing how we can go, or we can invest, or we can just do a kind of research in this technology is to get to know these terms. Now this Wi-Fi Hello is again a kind of technology which has having the data rate of not more than 200 kbps or 150 kbps, but they are having large coverage of up to 1 kilometer. In fact, LoRaWAN has become a kind of a standard in IoT, so which is having a whooping range of 20 kilometers. And although the data rate is small, but yes, for practical IoT networks, it is the one that has been used. So the upcoming industries are 3D printing, cloud, IoT, 5G, cobots. As I said, I've demonstrated some of them: collaborative robots, IoT platforms, AI. In fact, that is the one thing that which lies at the core of all of these other technologies: cyber security, machine learning, augmented reality, digital twin. That means the kind of simulations of any kind of hardware. Suppose you want to train certain employees, and you have, instead of working on some physical system, if you want to just train them through AI or through AR or VR system, that's called as digital twins. Then we have quantum computing and whatnot. The technology that is taking the market is this blockchain, because the security nowadays is very important. These are individual topics and will require a kind of special sessions for each of them. Again, there is a fog technology which lies in between this, the end sensors and the cloud, which I can discuss more. Let's look at the top 10 startups in 2019. Again, I mean, we can't expect we don't have the any of the companies from other market. There's a lot of companies from China and also from Japan, also from America. So where does India stand? Now that's important. I mean, yes, up to okay, like what we can contribute, where we stand, and how can we. So just give me a couple of minutes and I will just go through it. Now, there was a kind of study that was given on a publication that is being made in India. Now, that study was made between 2007 to 2016, but it still make relevance in today, as in today. So, if you look at the total contribution or total papers that has been cited all over the world, is around, as you can see, like it's like 1 lakh or so in robotics. And if you go for the papers, the total papers in India, it's just 4,000. It just like around 1 to 2% of the total papers that are being published. In fact, if we look at the international collaborations, it's just 424 papers in this several 10 to 12 years. I mean, is that the quality that we can expect? I mean, we have the brains, and in fact, the irony is the other people that are contributing are Indians. I mean, just because they are affiliated to foreign universities, they are getting the publications, but people are having the brain draining that is happening all over the India. And if you look at the Indian market, the kind of industrial robots that are being deployed, again, as I was using a word huge for China, as you can see, 154,000 of units. Now that's the record from World Robotics in 2019. In fact, it has been increased a lot from then. So it's the largest market all over the world. So they are deploying robots like anything. So what can we do? First of all, have a kind of awareness. Now this awareness can happen through the periodicals. Now these periodicals can be magazines, IEEE Internet of Things magazines. There may be a kind of transactions, there may be a transactions from robotics and so on. I actually speak on this in a separate session on research and how to identify your problems, but just to give a kind of overview, have some hands-on experience, maybe a software or hardware. Hardware can be a kind of LoRaWAN kind of applications or kind of Arduino applications, ESP32 applications. We usually conduct such workshops, and I hope that we may expect such workshops from your end also. There are some software platforms like Amazon Web Services. There's Microsoft. Microsoft also is providing cloud services. And the most important thing is you should collaborate locally. Now, IIT Hyderabad is working excellently. IIIT Hyderabad is also working excellently for robots. IIT Madras is there. IIT Kanpur is there. So you should collaborate locally with eminent institutes in India, here and internationally also. And don't forget to publish in very good journals. Don't publish in this IJRE, IRG, and IJXXX journals. Those are the worst journals. Please don't expect kind of good publications from them. And just to kind of to wrap it up, I'm actually involved in research on battery-free communication, batteryless Internet of Things. There's a recent survey that was published by our group. One of my PhD students, Tushar Muratkar, has published that. It's free to download. Just visit Science Direct website or elsewhere and just type batteryless Internet of Things, a survey from me, and you will find a lot of things there. So just order to wrap it up, all these things, I wanted to say that, yes, thanks for your patience. And as I said, this topic is huge. This circle usually indicates the kind of domain knowledge that is required. PhD usually is small dent that it makes to this complete knowledge of human, the human knowledge. So I hope I am able to create a kind of small dent to your knowledge, because this is not kind of exhaustive research that we can expect in this small duration. But yes, hopefully I was able to give some insights into where the world is leading and what we can do. So that's all from my side. Thanks for your patience and listening me here, and thanks for having me here. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, sir. Due to some time limitations, I need to make one announcement.
Yeah.
All the participants, please, they can. I have already shared one link on the Telegram group, and you can join the live session of Aditya Thokal, sir. If anybody has any questions, please unmute themselves and ask the questions here on the Teams, and the rest participants can join us on the YouTube link provided in the Telegram group. Yeah, please. If anybody wants to ask any questions, please unmute themselves and they can ask the questions to the sir.
Hello. Yes. Hello. Yes, please.
Yeah, Patil sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Ankit sir.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, because of that second session needs to be started on time. We
Uh-huh.
can take the questions from the participants and then we can mail it to sir back. Is it
Yeah,
okay
sure,
if
sure.
you don't mind?
Of course, no problem at all. Yeah,
Nilesh
thanks.
Patil sir,
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Uh,
This is it. Yeah,
Definitely, sir.
yeah.
We can. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So I'll be sharing the live screen of that session.
Thank you, Ankit sir, for your valuable information, and thank you for being with us and sharing valuable information. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
जाधव सर स्क्रीन व्हिडिओ विजिबल आहे का?
दिसते
Hi.
Hi.
It is.
ओके सर मी प्ले करतो.
Meanwhile, I will introduce Mr. Our speaker, Mr. Adinath Thokar. So he has done his
Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Any questions? Yes, sir. Reddy, sir.
Sir, actually no audio, sir, from your side.
Uh, okay. Sir, can you join on the YouTube session for better coverage?
Okay, sir. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please join there because I am not getting it.
No audio.
ऑडिओ येत नाही का जाधव सर?
Audio is not there. So all of participants, you are requested to join on YouTube. So what problem is that? We don't know, but all participants can
आता
join.
आता येतोय का?
Can you
Yes.
YouTube link? Can you
सर आवाज
share
नाही
YouTube link?
It is shared on a Telegram group.
But I was unable to join the Telegram group, sir.
ओके
Okay, so what we'll have to do?
Hello, sir. Atil
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, unable to join Telegram group. Can you share the YouTube link personally?
So what I will do, listen, I will send it on mail immediately. Okay.
Is it okay,
Okay,
sir?
sir. Thank
You
you.
can send.
Thank you. Please do
Okay.
this.
Okay.
पाटील सर
Patil
हा
sir.
बोला मॅडम.
हा आपण मेलवर सेंड करून टाकूयात का लिंक्स?
हा ठीक आहे चालेल मी
हा
करतो प्रयत्न.
आपण चौघजण पण सेंड करूया लगेच युट्यूब लिंक मेलवर.
हो. हा.
हा हा ओके सर.
मुळे मॅडम आहेत ना, म्हणजे त्या पाठवतील लगेच.
सर मी
पाठवतो सर
सांगते
तुम्हाला
मुळे
मेल,
मॅडमला
तो
फोन
फक्त
करते.
त्यांना फॉरवर्ड करा.
हा सर मी फोन करते आणि सांगते त्यांना.
हो सर. करू लागलीये.
हा हा करा.
करतीये.
येस.
मुळे मॅडम बोलतीये, करतीये.
All participants just wait. We will be sending link on your email ID. If you are not able to join the Telegram group, we are sending it on your mail. Okay, just wait.
सर मेल सेंड केलाय तुम्हाला. मुळे मॅडम आणि ब्राह्मणकर मॅडम प्लीज तुम्ही पण सेंड करून टाका पुढे.
हा. YouTube लिंक ठीक आहे.
हो त्याच्यामध्ये लिंकच आहे, त्याच्यावर क्लिक केल्यानंतर ते डायरेक्ट जॉईन होतील.
बरोबर, ठीक आहे. नाही, टीमची दिसते लिंक आहे.
आला का मेल?
मेल आलाय. एक मिनिट थांबा. ते लिंकच पाठवतो 2. Yes, we have got that.
Hello.
Those you are unable to see over here, you can. We have sent the mail for YouTube link, so you can check your inbox and you can click on direct that link so that you will be able
You
to
can
see.
rewind the video from the start. Okay. All participants, please keep a note on this, that you can rewind the video from the start, so that it will be not missed.
Can
You
you
will be not
exit
missed
from this
anything.
platform now?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sir. Yeah, receive mail, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, exit.
You can, if you want to exit, you can exit. Exit करू दे का
Yeah.
participant ना काय
Yes,
करू
sir.
दे sir?
Yeah, you can exit. I have
We
already
have
taken the
joined
attendance.
YouTube actually. We have joined YouTube.
And question answer, sir, Patil sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, this session would be on YouTube or on this
So
Teams?
you can go to the YouTube, because on Microsoft Teams this audio is not playing, so that is the problem.
That's what I was surprised because the audio is not audible. Okay, I will
Uh,
join YouTube. Okay, sir. Okay.
join on YouTube, you will get voice clarity. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hmm.
No sound.
Sir, there is a problem with playing YouTube video through the Microsoft Teams. So you are requested to click on the YouTube link that has been mailed to you, or you can get that link on the Telegram group also. Just click on that link, so you will be directed to YouTube, and through the YouTube you can see
Okay, sir. Okay.
video and audio clearly. Okay. So if you are facing, we are facing problem with the Microsoft Teams to stream the video from YouTube.
ಸರಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. Voice is not audible.
On है. again.
पढ़ते रहना बहुत पढ़ते हैं ना, रात रात भर बैठ के लेट के पढ़ने लिखने वाले आदमी kind of बैक posture से हो गया। ऐसे ही पढ़ना कहाँ आराम आए तो और भी आएंगे, बारिश होने दो थोड़ा सा। मैं कमरे जा ही नहीं रहा हूँ, सफाई करवा दी क्या? हाँ वो है तो मजा है। हाँ वो तो है, वो अलग है, लैब के हैं वो तो, उसके अलग है। हाँ अरे बड़ा
Daddy?
नहीं तो आप सवाल कर देख लो।
Sir, it is not audible. It is not audible.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
It is not audible.
सर यूट्यूब लिंक तुम्हाला मेलवर सेंड केली आहे. तिथून बघा, तिथून हा व्यवस्थित आहे. इथे जास्त बँडविड्थ नाही मिळते आपल्याला टीम्सवर.
ओके ओके
हा
ओके
मेलवर पण सेंड केली आणि टेलिग्राम ग्रुपवर पण आहे.
ओके थँक्यू मॅम थँक्यू.
थँक्यू मॅडम. Hello. Hello.
thoughts in the body. In the beginning of the okay, positive. So life is not correct. Be happy with that. Push yourself into all the no one can we should not be negative about it. No one is going to judge you. Bother about others. And get imperfection. Perfection is the hard one to break for. We don't start there and we see them. Simple, I know, but we all have that. Don't feel responsible for your feeling. Just as you can't make other people happy, don't expect others to make you feel good about yourself. It's you who have to hold your emotions. Change your intention, change your life. You are not going to get a second chance to make a small impression, okay? So when you work on all these elements of self-image, body image, first impression, anything, when you start working about yourself, your inner image, your external image, how I think about myself, start.
Okay. I think the session on the YouTube was just ended, and I thank you all from the NBN Sinagar Institute, and those questions who have been already put it in the comment box below the uh, live session that can be answered through email by our speaker, sir. Okay. So I conclude this session right now, and I appeal all you that please join us again in the afternoon session at 2 o'clock on the given link. Okay. Thank you.